Former Ohio State, now Indiana Fever guard Kelsey Mitchell remains top 10 scorer in WNBA Indianapolis. When Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever host the Los Angeles Sparks on July 5, the former Ohio State Buckeye will be looking to continue an incredible hot streak thanks to a 26-foot-3 policeman. With 3:21 left in the fourth quarter of a July 3 game against the Las Vegas Aces, Mitchell has shot 50% or higher in 5 of her past 6 sets. She finished 9 of 18 from the field. After scoring a team-high 25 points in the winning 81-54 win at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, she credited one thing for her efficiency: defense, Mitchell said. "It sounds cliche, but I swear when we are able to be who we need to be offensively, it's because our defense is fueled by it. Getting deflections and going to play in transition, you get to see the best version of players." The Aces shot 26.2% from the field against the Fever. Forward Aja Wilson had 29 of the Aces' 54 points. No other Aja's player had more than 6 points. The Aces shot 26.2% from the field against the Fever. Forward Aja Wilson had 29 of the Aces' 54 points. No other Aja's player had more than 6 points. Mitchell is averaging 25.8 points over her last 4 games. While she shot 41.3% in the opening 9 games of the season, she has shot 52.3% from the field since. The Ohio State alum ranked 8th in the league at 18.9 points per game entering July 3. In the absence of Caitlin Clark, who missed her 4th straight game with a left groin injury, Mitchell's efforts have been needed. You have Kelsey, Lexi, Hull, A.B. Aaliyah Boston, and C. Caitlin Clark, who have played together, but C's not on the floor, and everybody else has to figure that out, White said. "Our team is doing a really good job at getting the ball in spots to be successful. In a league often swept up in headlines dominated by flashy rookies and buzzy superstars, Kelsey Mitchell has carved her own quiet dynasty, one made of grit, precision, and the kind of consistent excellence that doesn't demand attention but earns respect. Once a prodigy at Ohio State, Mitchell came into the WNBA in 2018, carrying the weight of sky-high expectations. With her left hand like a dagger and a court vision sharper than most, she quickly found herself navigating the rigorous currents of the pros. The Indiana Fever were a team in flux then, searching for identity, direction, and someone who could be the spark. Mitchell was more than that. She became the flame. Now, in the heart of the 2025 WNBA season, with the Fever undergoing a historic transformation powered by Caitlin Clark and a surging youth movement, it's easy to forget the foundation was laid years before. It was Mitchell, not the new wave, who spent years carrying the franchise's scoring load, showing up night after night, lighting up defenders with a silky jumper and fearless drives into the paint. And even now, with the spotlight elsewhere, her name still glows on the stat sheets. Top 10 scorer in the WNBA. Again, not just this season, but consistently. That's what sets Kelsey apart. She's not the loudest voice, but she's one of the most lethal. In a league rich with transcendent talent, Mitchell thrives through sheer mastery of her craft. Every crossover, every step-back 3, every cut to the basket comes from years of work, from those silent hours in the gym when no one's watching. This season, her role with the Fever has subtly shifted. With Clark's gravity pulling defenses far beyond the arc, Mitchell has found herself slashing into gaps with more freedom than ever before. But rather than sulking about a diminished spotlight, she's embraced evolution. If anything, she's sharper now, a sniper who doesn't need 25 points a night to change the course of a game. There was a game earlier this season against the Liberty, a thriller that saw Indiana claw back from a 17-point deficit. All eyes were on Clark's long bombs and Aaliyah Boston's dominance on the boards, but it was Mitchell's 12-point third quarter that shifted momentum. A steal here, a pull-up jumper there, a dagger 3 in transition. In 5 minutes, she turned chaos into control. Kelsey is the anchor, Clark would later say in the post-game presser. When the pace is out of rhythm or we're getting flustered, she slows it down, makes the right read, or just scores. Simple as that. Simple, yet surgical. It's ironic, really, that one of the league's top scorers is also one of its most under-discussed. Perhaps it's because Mitchell doesn't chase the limelight. She lets her game speak, and when it does, it sings. Sometimes jazz, sometimes trap, sometimes something that doesn't even have a genre. But that's the beauty of her play. It's unpredictable, yet precise. She'll lull you with a casual dribble, only to erupt into a burst of speed and leave you flat-footed. Or she'll stretch the floor with a deep three just to collapse it seconds later with a drive that ends in a soft lay-in off the glass. She's the kind of player every coach dreams of, a professional in every sense. Veteran leadership without ego, scoring firepower without chaos, passion without drama, and let's not forget her roots. Ohio State fans still remember her as the all-time leading scorer in Big Ten history, all-time draft hit, wide receiver board, and all-time tag, a player whose name was etched into every record book before she even graduated. Back then, she was the center of every defensive strategy, and yet, she still cooked. That ability didn't disappear in the WNBA, it just matured. Now, Kelsey Mitchell doesn't just play the game, she composes it. Each possession is a verse, each quarter a chorus, and across seasons, even through losing streaks, coaching changes, and roster turnover, she's remained the refrain. Consistent, composed, deadly. As the Fever continue to surge into playoff contention with a young, star-studded core, the narrative will often revolve around Clark, Boston, and the future. But no matter how bright the spotlight gets, Kelsey Mitchell remains the pulse of Indiana, a reminder that sometimes greatness doesn't scream. Sometimes it whispers, then scores 25 on you before you even realize it. In a league where longevity is hard-earned and respect even harder to come by, Mitchell has quietly become one of the most respected guards in the WNBA. Not just for her scoring, but for the way she's grown into the heart of a franchise that needed steady hands to guide its future.